an image in a similar style to Andrew Porkos. Now, the first thing you want to do is drag your image into Photoshop. You might have already created some interesting edits in Lightroom. If not, you can unlock your layer. So double click and hit OK. You drag it down to the new layer and it will duplicate that for you. And this is where you can obviously start to experiment a little bit more with some compositions, obviously zooming in on some of those shapes and textures of the building. Once you're happy with your composition, your image, then this is where you want to start experimenting with your inversion and then also your hue and saturation perhaps. So very, very easy. I am going to hit Command I. It inverts my image. I can keep it exactly as is, or if I want to make any changes to the hue or saturation, go to the little half white, half black circle. I can go to hue saturation and just simply using the slider, I can, as you see, change the hue and the saturation of my image. I would recommend that within your development you maybe show another 2, possibly 3 different colourways that you possibly could experiment with. Either it is something that you just reference and have as development for AO2 and AO3, or perhaps it might be something that you ultimately want to have as your final outcome. Again, that is entirely up to you. What you could also do to enhance these a little bit further is have perhaps multiple inversions, different layers, different colours, and experiment with the opacity of those layers on top of one another. So perhaps something like if I duplicate my inversion, I can merge the hue and saturation of this one. I am going to change the hue and saturation of my second. I can merge these two and then experiment with changing the opacity. Obviously this layer is bang on top of this one, so I might want to have it slightly offset and experiment with a different size perhaps. Or I can also flip my canvas and I can do it simply by the transform tool. So this will flip it vertically and this will flip it horizontally. And again, you can be really experimental with your images.